Hello, welcome to another episode of Insurance with Infiniti. My name is Infiniti Whitley, and I am a licensed life insurance broker in the states of Missouri, Michigan, and Texas. Today, I am here to talk about some of the common misconceptions about life insurance that people have, and hopefully I can debunk some of that for you. As always, I am here to serve my broader community, so if you have any questions at all about life insurance, leave me a comment below. I would love to answer those for you in a future episode. Alright, let's get into it. First of all, what is life insurance? I've encountered a lot of people that feel like life insurance is kind of scammy and that it's not a product that will work for them, but I am here to say it's something that you need, right? So life insurance is a financial safety net that will provide your beneficiaries with a tax-free lump sum benefit when you pass away, okay? And how it works is you pay a monthly premium, kind of like a Netflix subscription, right? And you pay that premium to have this set amount of coverage in place. Now that coverage can vary, and I won't complicate this video. If you want to learn more about that, you can watch some of my previous things. But basically, this lump sum payment will help cover a number of things, including income replacement, pay off any kind of outstanding debts, your burial costs, any kind of medical fees that might be owed after you pass, that kind of thing. So life insurance is really important if you don't want to put those burdens on people you care about. The first misconception is, well, I just kind of covered it, is the one where people say, hey, I don't need life insurance. YOLO, I'm just gonna live life and forget about it, right? Or, I don't need it, I'm going to just save up and save for it, and that'll be that when I die. Well, I am here to tell you that just about everybody needs life insurance. Unless you are super rich and you already have dedicated trusts put away, you have executors and things like that, a living will, and other measures that you can take to avoid probate court, you need life insurance, okay? So it doesn't just apply to people who are like married with kids, right? If you're single and out there thriving, living your best life, you need life insurance to cover burial costs. A lot of newer forms of life insurance also include living benefits if you ask for them, which will give you the opportunity, say if you fall ill, whether terminally, chronically, or critically, you'd be able to access a portion of that death benefit while you're alive to help you pay your bills, basically, or whatever you need it for at that time. So life insurance is an important tool, I think, that can benefit everybody. There's different types of life insurance that cover different types of situations, or different circumstances rather, for different periods of time. So your best bet is getting connected with an agent or a non-captive agent or broker to go over your needs, right? Another misconception that I hear a lot is that life insurance is too expensive. Let me tell you. You can get life insurance for less than the cost of a DoorDash or Uber Eats order, okay? So I know one policy that I wrote on a healthy 23, 24-year-old, it was a whole life policy. They wanted to just kind of set and forget it. It was a whole life policy, and it only was like $30-ish in the realm of that. But basically, the younger you are, and the healthier you are, the cheaper it is. And so that's why people are really adamant about you getting that coverage while you're young and uninhibited, because later on in life, sometimes crap hits the fan and you'll want to have coverage in place already, because sometimes conditions can occur later on in life that will disqualify us from coverage or make that coverage extremely expensive. Like, I've seen it. Another misconception or common untruth that people tell me is that, I'll get it later. Let's be so real. No, you're not. No, you are not. You're not going to save for it because nobody's actively thinking about the day that they die. Nobody's thinking about the day that they close their eyes and never wake up again, okay? So a lot of times I will get like a rebuttal or a rejection that says, oh, I am going to just go about this differently. I'm just going to put back a little bit each month. If I put back that amount each month, then I'll have enough by the time I die to cover those expenses. Or you get the ones that are like, I'm gonna do this later when I have more time. Okay. So in both of those cases, it's a matter of, okay, life is unpredictable, right? And not to really emphasize on the matter of fear, but realistically, life can come at you. Issues can come at you. And okay, if Miss Betty just tells me, oh, she's gonna save away for it, say the premium was $50, right? If she's just gonna save that $50 a month, if she turned around, if she qualified for immediate level coverage, if she turned around and died the next day with that coverage, the next day her beneficiary would get whatever policy she qualified for that premium. However, if Miss Betty didn't do that, right? If she didn't go for the policy and she just decided, oh, I'm going to put away $50 a month every month, and we all know how that budget thing works, we're going to start the next month. If Miss Betty died tomorrow, there's Jack Diddley there for her beneficiaries, whether that be the kids, the husband, whomever that she's leaving behind, and then they're going to have to deal with whatever bills she has left behind, the funeral costs, things of that nature. So a lot of times people will procrastinate, and then there's the less drastic part of it, but also equally detrimental part of it, that the premiums go up the longer you wait. I know, like, each year it goes up like 8 to 12% roughly, because it's based off your age and your health. Age and health. You're going to hear that a lot as you explore your insurance options, but that is what it is. Another myth or untruth that people believe about life insurance is that I hear quite often, is that my job insurance is enough. I can say that even today I talked to someone that had like a $500,000 mortgage, and I do mortgage protection insurance, which is a form of life insurance, right? And they were telling me, well, I have $100,000 in job insurance and, a couple in life or something like that. Anyway, I'm like, okay, but your mortgage, your mortgage. So, sometimes people are very adamant about the coverage that they have, and I am simply here to gently encourage people to actually sit down and consider all of their debts and all of their obligations in life, and then like add it all together, and then look at your life insurance that you do have, right? And if your life insurance doesn't equal your liabilities, then you don't have enough life insurance in general. Not only that, I don't know about you guys, but I have noticed how flaky jobs can be. And so sometimes you end up without that job. And when you leave that job, in most cases, you lose the insurance. You do have some instances where it is convertible, but that is a conversation for you and HR wherever you work. Okay, and now I get to talk about the part that I am most passionate about, and it is like the hidden behemoth behind why I believe people should have life insurance. My job aside, personal experience, you guys, if you've been around for a minute, you'll know my whole deal with life insurance, but probate. Probate is not something you want to send your family through. Take it from people who've gone through it. Probate is the court that all of your assets, or almost all of your assets, will go through after you pass away. Alright? Because when you own things, no matter how big or small, when you own things, that becomes a part of an estate. And if you don't have a living will and an executor for that living will, it all goes to the estate, which then has to go through probate and gets parsed out. And that is a long, stressful, strenuous process that you don't want to send anybody through while they're grieving your loss. I almost cried in the lady's office when she was like, you're going to have to go through this. What? And I had just lost my mother, so I was I was not okay. So that's not something that you want to send people through during the worst time period potentially of their lives. Probate is expensive. It can prolong your access to whatever monies, accounts, etc. that you have stowed away for your family. I mean, it's just a process. And so life insurance helps bridge the gap during what we call like a transition period, right? So even if you have like amazing benefits that will pay out, say you're military, or you had some kind of something set up later that'll pay out after you die, okay, it takes a little bit of time sometimes for things to process and to be sent out. So why not have coverage in place that'll cover your loved ones during that time, right? Because say you have a mortgage and you have a car note and you're the main breadwinner, right, for those things, and either your spouse is like a stay-at-home parent or they just didn't make as much as you. If you suddenly pass away, their access to those job funds or that retirement fund or funding that you were getting, Social Security, whatever it may be, their access to that income is zippo until either, like I said, that transition period passes or some sort of insurance kicks in. So if it takes like a month and a half for any kind of existing benefits that you might have to process through and transfer to them, and the mortgage is due in like 20 days, you don't want to leave your partner up a creek without a paddle in that case. And so the same thing with probate. Probate can take a long time, too long in my opinion. But if you have life insurance, that does not go into the estate. That is a tax-free benefit that immediately goes to the beneficiary so they can handle those affairs. So you don't have to worry about them having to go into debt to bury or cremate you. You don't have to worry about them taking on the mortgage payment or the car payment or the college tuition payments for the kids or the child care payments. Like, I mean, they just don't have to worry about being burdened. And so that's the main idea of having insurance in place, because I'm sure if you do have benefits or you do have a substantial estate, great on you. I have no doubt on that. But between the time that you pass away and the time that that stuff kicks in is often critical or make it or break it time for people. So just something to consider before you dismiss the concept of life insurance. I hope today's video was informative. If it was, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share it, subscribe, wherever you may be. I love educating the masses, and so that's why I come on and do these videos. If you have any questions, leave them for me down below and I'll be more than glad to get into them in a future video. If you don't have life insurance and you live in the states of Missouri, Michigan, or Texas, I am licensed in those 3 states and I can help you. Don't hesitate to reach out. I'm going to go, I'm off this evening, so I'm just going to go relax. So you guys stay blessed.